Your insiders today are Darren, Dreger, and Pierre LeBrun. If we all hot tub time machine back to October, I think you would find that the Buffalo Sabres were the trendy pick as the up-and-coming team that would make the playoffs. They're not close to the playoffs. They're officially not making the playoffs, and there's much angst and anger in Buffalo. Is Phil Housley safe?
You know, if you would ask me that question, James, about 6 weeks ago, I would have said yes. But I think a lot has changed, and a lot of it has to do with the kind of disaster that the end of season has been for the Buffalo Sabres. So much so that I think GM Jason Botterill has to sit back and evaluate the coaching position. Doesn't necessarily mean that Phil Housley will be fired, but certainly there'll be an examination of his work, of that position. And I think the player exit meetings will also certainly be a barometer as to what Jason Botterill will hear. So stay tuned on that front.
One of the most attractive assets to a general manager who's building is not a guy he has to trade for or perhaps draft, but that elusive, mysterious, unrestricted free agent that he doesn't have to pay anybody for except the guy he signs. And they often come from Europe. Who is Joakim Nygard, and why are so many teams interested in him?
He is a 26-year-old forward who's had a very good year in the Swedish Elite League, playing with Färjestad. His agent, Matt Keeter, has been fielding interest from NHL clubs for several months now, to be frank. You know, of the teams interested, Ottawa, Calgary, they're both in on this guy hard. NHL general managers have gone to Sweden. They're going to Sweden. They want another look. He's being compared to Carl Hagelin. I had one GM tell me that this guy can flat out fly. And also what's intriguing and attractive about Joakim Nygard is the fact that at 26, he's got to sign a one-year entry-level contract deal. So it's almost like a one-year test drive. See how he works out in the National Hockey League, and then you can extend after that. But it sounds like he will be in the NHL next season.
One of the key pieces in that fascinating big deal last June at the draft between Carolina and Calgary, the Hamilton-Lindholm deal, was Adam Fox. Calgary figured they couldn't sign him, so they ship him off to Carolina. And now the question is, will Carolina be able to sign him?
Boy, that is a big question, and it would be a big blow to the Hurricanes if they can't, because they really viewed him as a key part of that deal. As of now, our understanding is that Adam Fox has not made a final decision on what he's going to do. And, of course, he's got a lot of decisions ahead of him. His team, Harvard, plays UMass on Friday in the NCAA Regionals. If his team loses, his season's over. He could decide to go back to Harvard for a senior year. He could decide to sign with the Hurricanes. He could also tell the Hurricanes that he's not signing with them, forcing a potential trade. So 3 scenarios there. I'm told that within 48 hours of his season ending, that Adam Fox and his group will let the Hurricanes know what their intentions are. Here's the thing. For sure, Carolina will trade his rights if he doesn't sign with them. The question is when. Because Adam Fox would want to sign with an NHL team right away, perhaps even Carolina, to burn the first year of that entry-level deal before the end of this year. But Carolina, of course, could wait until the offseason if they decide to trade him, which would set Adam Fox back a year in terms of starting his pro career. So a lot of different dynamics here, a lot of people watching how the Adam Fox situation plays out.
Well, and tons of interest in that game because of Adam Fox and the guy he's going to play against in Cale Makar. And Colorado is obviously very interested in the outcome of that game and how deep UMass is going to continue in the NCAA postseason. Now, Colorado wants to sign this guy as soon as UMass is eliminated, but they're not going to know that. UMass is a good team. They could go deep into the Frozen Four, but not dissimilar to Adam Fox. The expectation is that when UMass is eliminated, Cale Makar will sign with Colorado, and as long as it's in season or in the NHL playoffs, he too will burn off that first year of his entry-level contract.
The possibility of Cale Makar, a dynamic defenseman, and if the lottery balls fall their way, Jack Hughes, both being in Colorado next fall, has them pretty excited out there.